Well, hello, YouTube. Oh, hi. This is like the red eye flight, and honestly, I have not been live on YouTube in a while because the last time that I did a YouTube live, it was off sync, and I'm not a fan of that. But I am a fan of doing interesting makeup looks, and I just tried this red eye, and I wanted to try it again, but I wanted to try doing it even like more red. So I don't know if that's possible, but I wanted to try not only, and it's actually looking pretty red in this moment, but in person I feel like it's not as red as I would prefer. It's actually looking more brownish red, whereas on here it's looking much more popping red. So anyhow, so we're gonna just see what we can do and play around with it for a minute because we can. And I thought I would see if YouTube would start syncing up my stuff again. So I am using a long-lasting eyeshadow that I really like, and I got this request today to do a halo look, and I thought, okay, well, let's do it. Let's do a halo. I did a halo. I've been aware of halos for a while, but I don't normally do them because they're a little bit outside the box, and I tend to be a little bit more conservative with my eye looks, I guess you'll say. So I'm just gonna play around with a little bit and let's just see what we come up with. I always say blend and build. So kind of blending and building your eyes. This is kind of the normal way I do my eye look, is that I leave a little bit of blank space there. But on the halo look, you put it more in the center of the eye, and I actually probably could cover that up a little bit more. You know, I have a small following on Instagram. I have a, well, let me take this back. I have a small following on Facebook. I have a even smaller following on Instagram, and I have basically no following on YouTube. So I can pretty much do whatever I want over here, right? Yeah, I don't know what I think about this. So one of the things I'm thinking to do is I'm thinking to, zoom us out just a tad. And I went really bold on that eyebrow because it seemed to look better with this kind of eye look. I almost think I could even do a little bit more when it comes to the cheeks, but I was just experimenting with them on Instagram. So, and I did give my full story on Instagram tonight. I had not intended to do that, but I absolutely did. Not going to do that again here, at least not right now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to just keep playing around with the makeup over here. And I have another red I wanted to try, so I'm looking actually for the red. One of the things that you'll find out about me on YouTube is that I do a lot of digging in my makeup bags, trying to find things. Oh, I did find what I was looking for, the red. This is like really bright red, so I'm kind of wanting to try this to see. I really need another makeup brush that I don't know where it is. Also, one thing you will learn about me is that, oh, here's one. Let's zoom back in, shall we? One of the other things that you will find out about me is that I am a low maintenance makeup kind of person. And I don't really use a lot of makeup brushes. I'm not one of the girls that use a lot of makeup brushes. I just don't. I've had this one a very long time. It's from Walmart. It's so fancy. I did learn from someone else that you can kind of pull up your eye a little bit. And this is a very bold red. So one thing I like to do when I'm experimenting is I like to do something on one eye, you know, and then something a little bit different on the other one. This is very bright and poppy, almost pink, you know, because it's so red. It's like a red red. Whereas the other one I think has maybe a little bit more of a bronzy red to it, whereas this is more of like a pinkish red. So I think this is probably more, I don't say glam, and this is kind of more pop, if you want to call it that. The only bad thing about not using a lot of makeup brushes is that sometimes you can't be as precise as you would like to be. I will say that I am really liking how the red is contrasting with the blue of my eye. That is pretty cool, actually. That's actually pretty cool. I have to say, that's pretty dang cool. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more red. Really, the eyeshadow looks with a cream to powder that's a long lasting and it dries fairly quickly is using a tiny little bit, not using too much, and blending it fairly quickly. Before it has time to set. The halo is all about putting the shading on either side and then letting the bright part be in the middle. Now in this case, I kind of brought this maybe a little bit further over. I would have probably liked it to come back there just a tad, but that's okay because I'm just going to put a little bit on there. If you have a hooded eye, oops, I had to go over some mascara on that because I just messed up that. If you have a hooded eye, you're going to have to bring all this up further on this part of your lid, just FYI. But this is kind of pretty. This is a little bit sunset-y, I feel. That's going to drive me batty right there. So let's just fix that because I don't know that I can really handle it. It's already been 8 minutes, and I will say that I do love that YouTube tells you how much time it's been, whereas everywhere else in the world you don't know how long you've been live. I do sell makeup, by the way. Perhaps I should mention that. One of the things that I've really loved to do is I've loved to use the profits. I've loved to use the profits from my beauty business to fund a counseling scholarship for a woman in need of counseling services in my private practice as a counselor. And I see women who are going through life transition, life loss, who are just trying to find their way in the world, you know. The way that I have been able to figure things out, and this may sound a little bit strange, but one of the ways that I've figured things out in life, obviously through prayer, kind of don't even want to put it, I kind of almost don't want to do a halo. I kind of want to just leave it like that because that's looking pretty dang cool. But one of the ways that I've certainly begun to figure things out is through live video. And it may sound a little strange, but I have found that by doing live video, it's helped me to sort of process things and work things out in a way that I don't know that I would otherwise. You know what I mean? I'm also a night owl. As you can tell. This is just really cool looking. I don't know why I'm loving the look of this bright red. But it's just kind of mesmerizing a little bit, don't you think? I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I feel like I need to tidy that up over there. My ring light's over here. Normally it needs to be that way, but I was low on battery, so that's kind of why I had to do it like that. Alright, we're just going to do it because who cares, right? I wonder if I could take a screenshot of this with my camera while I'm live. Let's see if I can. I don't know if that's even possible. Oops. I want to go over that. Let's try it this way. Oh, no. Didn't like that. Let me try it again. It worked. Ew, it worked. Okay, now let me take another screenshot. Oh, it worked. Okay, good. Yay. I'm so excited. It's been now 12 minutes. I doubt anyone's going to watch this video because, number one, it's pretty long. It's getting long. And number two, I don't really have any followers over here. I could tell people that I did a YouTube video. The problem is that I was hoping to come back over here and find that YouTube had fixed some of the problems, as in going live and things being fixed. Do you know what I mean? As in getting the audio synced with the visual. That's pretty important when it comes to your videos, you know what I mean? So really really the person that I'm looking for out there is someone who uses broken makeup brushes, who's not super professional about things, but they kind of like the idea of experimenting. They're sort of like a simple girl who loves great makeup, and they kind of just want to experiment and do different things. And it's someone who is, and this is who I look for in terms of being on a team with me, or doing business, you know, someone who just, I don't know, likes simple things and isn't afraid to kind of try new stuff in a simple way. It's showing I have one person. What does that mean? Does that mean somebody's watching? Do we even have comments? How can I even see comments live? I don't know. Live chat. I don't know what that means. Well, if you're live, say hello. Let me know you're joining me. I've done these before, but it's been a very long time since I've done a live video and on YouTube because of all the issues that reside within YouTube. And I'm trying some interesting stuff out here tonight, so we'll see how it goes. I already did that eye on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm having all kinds of issues over here. So we're just playing around with color, and I'm kind of doing a halo look slash not, because I kind of did it and then I kind of took it away. I'm just kind of experimenting with color, and I'm honestly just doing this to see if it's fixed, if the audio is fixed. So if the audio is coming through nicely and it's not strange, then let me know. That is going to get irritating though after a while, all this back and forth business. Here we go. I'm almost thinking that this look would look really good with I don't know. The halo is not necessarily my crowning jewel. I'm just totally experimenting right now. But that's how you learn, you know, you're not going to learn if you don't try something new. So I kind of do things maybe all the wrong way, potentially, and I just see what happens. I don't know about that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a darker red, and let's just see how we can. You know, my husband is on YouTube. He probably could see me live if I did lives on YouTube. I should try that out, have him help me test it. Just don't know what I think about the red. I was just challenged, a friend of mine suggested a red eye, and I thought, okay, let's just see what it looks like. Let's just experiment. I got all my lashes now. I feel like it needs more something. Probably need some more precise tools, actually. More precise brushes one of these days. I'll branch out. But for now, we live the ego tool life. I think part of what brings a look together is the eyeliner. It's kind of like watching somebody do art, you know? Now, one thing that I feel like is missing on this particular look, I almost feel like adding a purple or something. It just looks kind of purpley. I feel like I need something darker, something to deepen that crease. Let me see what I have available for us to use. Maybe a blue, actually. Let's try that. Let's see what happens if I put a little bit of blue, a dark blue. That's an interesting kind of cat eye. Let's soften it just a little bit. out how to make YouTube work. In the meantime, just every now and then I'll pop over here and say hello. That's interesting. I wonder if I would like using regular shadows to do all this. I bet it would be a lot easier than these cream to powder things I've got going on. That is kind of cool looking. Kind of liking that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put any blue red there. Kind of like that. Okay. Be nice if I had that liquid blue liner and if my eyelashes weren't so wonky right now, but that's okay. It's now been 22 minutes. Are you kidding me? I just dropped what I was using. I think that's pretty. It's almost like a sunset, which is kind of something I was going for the other day. I think that's really pretty. There we go. So as I was saying before, one of the things that I do with the makeup stuff is that I have a counseling scholarship for a woman in need in my counseling practice. And when people purchase things through my Breathe, Love, and Beauty business, which I guess you can do through this channel, you just have to message me, I guess. It's best to find me on Facebook, to be honest with you. But you could message me here, I suppose, and I could figure it out. Then all the things that you see me using, you can purchase from Breathe, Love, and Beauty, and it helps support a woman in need of counseling services who could not otherwise afford it or needs a little help compensating her sessions so that she can afford it. I am pretty intrigued by this interesting look that I have going on there. That's not too bad. Okay, the other thing that I would do is I probably would bolden up that brow just a tad, but I'm not quite sure what I've done with the brown that I use in my brow. It's this brown, and I kind of want to make that brow look a little bit, there it is, okay, I found it. I am going to go in and see if I can't fix this brow a little bit. I do tend to start on the tail. I have a pretty strong feeling that this audio is going to be off sync and it's going to drive me batty that I spent all this time. But that's okay, it's an experiment. You've got to experiment sometime, somewhere. You'll never know if you don't try. So one of the things I'm trying to do is expand my reach, expand the people that I meet, meeting new people. Because they might, resonate with my mission or my message or something, right? The brows are probably a little bit more than I would normally do. Not probably, they definitely are more than I would do. But you can almost draw your liner and your brow should eventually meet if they were to keep going in that same direction. They would eventually meet. So there you go. Now I'm going to have to take pictures because that is pretty cool looking. Let's see if I can turn it to where the light's a little bit better. It's different. It's interesting. I think I'm a fan. Well, anyway, thanks for hanging out for my red eye flight, the Halo way. All right, how do I end this thing? Let me see.